Sarah puts $500 a month into her savings account, every month without fail for 10 years. Michael takes that same $500 and invests it. Same month, same amount, same 10 years. At the end of it, Sarah has done everything right. She's disciplined, she's responsible, she has never missed a single deposit. And she is poorer today than the day she started. Not because she did something wrong, because nobody told her what saving actually does to money over time. And when you run the full numbers, not the surface numbers, the real ones, the gap between Sarah and Michael isn't just uncomfortable, it's the difference between retiring and working until you can't. Let's make this fair. Sarah and Michael are both 28 years old, same city, same job, same salary, $52,000 a year. They both read the same advice online: build an emergency fund, save consistently, don't spend what you don't have. Sarah took that advice seriously. She opened a high-yield savings account paying 4.5% interest, one of the best rates available right now. She deposits $500 every single month and never touches it. Michael does something that makes his coworkers nervous. He puts that same $500 into a total market index fund every month and leaves it alone. No picking stocks, no timing the market, just automatic contributions into a fund that tracks the entire U.S. economy. Sarah's friends call her responsible. Michael's friends call him a risk taker. Neither of them is right about the other, but only one of them understands what's actually happening to their money. After year one, Sarah has deposited $6,000. With 4.5% interest, her account sits at roughly $6,275. That's $275 in pure interest, free money. She didn't work for it, she didn't stress about it, and her balance never went down a single dollar. It feels safe, it feels smart, it feels like exactly what a responsible adult does with money. Michael's index fund after year one, it's at roughly $6,300, almost identical, maybe slightly ahead, maybe slightly behind, depending on the year. At this stage, there is genuinely almost no difference. Year 3, Sarah has $19,800 in contributions. With compounding interest at 4.5%, her account holds about $20,900. Michael's portfolio, assuming a 10% average annual return, the historical average of the S&P 500 over the last 50 years, sits at roughly $21,700. Still close. Sarah is still in the game. She sleeps well at night. Her money is insured by the FDIC. It has never gone down once. This is the part of the story where most people stop running the numbers, because up to year 3 or 4, saving looks smart. It looks safe. It looks like it's working. But something is happening underneath the surface that the savings account balance is not showing you, and it starts with a word most people tune out the second they hear it: inflation. Inflation is not an abstract economic concept. It is a direct, measurable monthly tax on every dollar sitting still. The average inflation rate in the United States over the last 30 years is approximately 2.5% to 3% per year. In recent years, it's spiked far higher, but even at the long-term average, here is what it means in real numbers. Sarah's savings account pays 4.5% interest today, but 4.5% is not her real return. Her real return is 4.5 minus inflation. At 3% inflation, her real return is 1.5, not 4.5, 1.5. On $20,000, that's $300 in real purchasing power gained, not $900, $300. And here's the part that should make you put down whatever you're doing. High-yield savings rates are not fixed. They follow the federal funds rate. When the Federal Reserve cuts rates, which it does regularly, that 4.5% becomes 3.5%, then 2.5%, then potentially lower. Between 2009 and 2022, the average high-yield savings account paid between 0.5 and 1% interest. During that same period, inflation averaged around 2%. That means savers were losing 1 to 1.5% of their purchasing power every single year while thinking they were being responsible. Sarah's account balance went up. Her actual wealth went down. This is what nobody puts on the savings account advertisement. Now let's look at what Michael's money is doing during the same period. The stock market does not move in a straight line. Some years it's up 25%, some years it drops 30%. But the 10-year rolling average return of a total market index fund has been positive in every single 10-year period in modern U.S. market history, every single one, including the period that contained the 2008 financial crisis, including the COVID crash of 2020. The 10-year average through every disaster and recession has held near 10% before inflation. After inflation, roughly 7% real return. Sarah's real return, 1.5%. Michael's real return, 7%. That gap sounds manageable. It is not. By year 10, Sarah has deposited $60,000. With compounding at 4.5%, her account balance is approximately $74,400. That looks good until you adjust for inflation. In real purchasing power, what that money can actually buy, her $74,400 is closer to $63,000 in today's dollars. She deposited $60,000 in real money. She has $63,000 in real purchasing power. Her 10 years of discipline netted her roughly $3,000 in real wealth. Michael has deposited the same $60,000. At 10% average annual return, his portfolio is sitting at approximately $102,000. Adjusted for inflation, roughly $85,000 in today's purchasing power. He deposited $60,000. He has $85,000 in real wealth. That's $25,000 more than Sarah in real terms from the exact same monthly contribution over the exact same time period. Now extend it to year 20. Sarah at year 20, $60,000 more in contributions, totaling $120,000 deposited. Her balance at 4.5% is roughly $193,000. Adjusted for inflation, real purchasing power is approximately $145,000. Michael at year 20, same $120,000 deposited. At 10% average return, his portfolio sits at approximately $382,000. Adjusted for inflation, roughly $287,000. Same person, same income, same monthly amount, same 20 years. Sarah has $145,000 in real wealth. Michael has $287,000 in real wealth. Michael has nearly double, not because he took wild risks, not because he got lucky, because he understood one thing Sarah didn't. Saving preserves money. Investing grows it. And over 20 years, the difference between preserving and growing is the difference between a comfortable retirement and a stressful one. If I only told you Michael's side of this, I'd be doing exactly what financial influencers do when they're selling you something. Investing has real risks that the 20-year chart conveniently skips over. In year 2 of Michael's journey, the market drops 35%. His $14,000 portfolio becomes $9,100. In a savings account, that simply does not happen. Sarah's balance never drops, not once. And for most people, watching $5,000 disappear from a screen in 3 weeks is not a number. It is a feeling that makes rational people do irrational things. Specifically, they sell. They lock in the loss at the bottom and buy back in near the top. And when that happens, the 10% annual return becomes their personal 4% return because they bailed at the worst moment. This is not rare. Study after study shows the average retail investor earns significantly less than the index they invest in, specifically because of panic selling. So Michael's 20-year number only works if Michael does nothing when the market drops 35%. Most people cannot do nothing when the market drops 35%. There is also the question of access. Sarah's $75,000 is available tomorrow. No tax event, no penalty, no waiting. It is liquid, insured, and accessible the moment she needs it. Michael's $382,000 in a taxable brokerage account is also accessible, but selling triggers capital gains tax. In a retirement account, early withdrawal means penalties. Liquidity has a price in the investing world that savings accounts simply do not charge. And savings accounts are not useless. They are the right tool for the right job. An emergency fund needs to be in a savings account. A down payment you need in 18 months needs to be in a savings account. Any money you cannot afford to watch drop 30% for 2 years needs to be in a savings account. The problem is not saving. The problem is using a savings account as a wealth-building strategy when it was designed for something else entirely.